Hi, Bob Taylor from Taylor Guitars, and we're going to talk about exotic woods a little bit because I know that a lot of people are buying BTO guitars and are trying to make decisions on what woods to buy. And the question was asked earlier about woods like Macassar ebony and what to pair it with. Macassar is a great wood to pair with redwood, in my opinion. A lot of that is because the Macassar is quite heavy and it makes a dark sound, kind of what I would call lo-fi. And by putting the rosewood or the redwood on the top, it gives the redwood's nice and soft. And the two of them together make a guitar that's got some vibrancy to it. But it's really a guitar that I like for that, a little bit more of an old vintage sound. A little more lo-fi, not as bright, not as sparkly as you would tend to hear on a lot of other Taylors. And so that combination is really nice. A lot of people are also interested in Cocobolo, and when I build a guitar with Cocobolo, I tend to like it with spruce, whether it's Adirondack, even Sitka is really nice. Cocobolo has a lot of characteristics of Brazilian rosewood, although piece for piece it tends to be more heavy than Brazilian. So what we do with Cocobolo is, rather than going for a thickness, we go for a weight. And it ends up being a little bit thinner on the sides and back than Brazilian rosewood or East Indian rosewood, just to achieve a similar weight on the guitar. Once we do that, it just opens up the tone of that guitar, and it really, really does sound good with spruce. If you were to combine it with redwood, once again, it would be, in my opinion, a warmer sound, a little bit softer, a little bit warmer. Redwood's got a beautiful tone to it, but it's not as powerful as spruce, I guess is the way I would put it. It tends to be a little softer, a little warmer that way. So my recommendation is to combine the Macassar with redwood, and I would combine Cocobolo with spruce, and unless you want it to be a little softer, then I would go with redwood.
Yeah, and then what about walnut?
Walnut, I think, is another great warm wood. It tends to have, I like to think of walnut as somewhere between mahogany and rosewood. It's got that breathiness, that lightness that mahogany has, but it's got a good, powerful bass response. It's not too light, it's not too heavy, it's not too soft, it's not too hard. It fits right in the middle there. It's not as compressed as maple is. It tends to be a little more open and full. And again, I like that combined with either cedar, western red cedar, or spruce. Either one of them work fine, and they'll both give a different tone. Overall, and this is just my opinion, and I'm just one guitar player and one guitar builder, and this is why we have so many different woods. Overall, I tend to gravitate towards guitars that have spruce tops. I like the versatility of spruce. But when we do a walnut guitar and we put a cedar top on it, it has a particular freshness to the sound. It tends to be a little airy, has a nice brittleness that sort of offsets the real warmth and depth of the walnut. So both of those work quite nice. Spruce, again, is going to be more powerful every single time. You're going to be able to play it harder. So and I'll just make a general statement about spruce versus cedar or redwood. If you want to play hard, pick spruce. If you want to play light or medium, redwood and cedar both work a little bit nicer for a lighter touch.